One of the biggest questions I always get when setting up a new business is, Ty, can't I just use my home address for my business address?
What do you say?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Knock yourself out. But if you're someone who's trying to build a business that's ready to get approved for business credit on day one, then you might want to hear me out before you pull the trigger. Because by the end of this video, you'll know the types of addresses your business can and can't have to be credible, and you'll know where to get credible business addresses from if you're running your business out of your home. But first, let's understand why using your home address could be a bad idea. And by the way, I'm Ty, so let's talk some square biz. So fun fact, this lady right here is Anna Delvey, or Anna Coworking if you're beta from My Girl. Anyway, if you've never heard about this lady or watched the Netflix series about her come up, then let me be the first to tell you that Anna is a notoriously convicted scammer who, under the appearance that she was a wealthy German heiress and a businesswoman, came extremely close into tricking one of New York City's biggest banks into loaning her fake, penniless business/foundation $22 million. Now you might be asking, how did she do it? Well, after being denied by banks in the beginning, Anna went back to the drawing board, got herself together, and came back with her and her business looking credible. Now what does that mean to you?
I have no idea.
One word: perception. How do you want lenders, creditors, and people other than you to perceive your business? Well, if you're serious about business credit, then you want lenders to take you seriously and not take your business as just some little side hustle. And with that, one of the first concepts that you have to realize when starting a new business is to separate yourself. This means drawing a line or putting a veil between your personal assets and your business assets. And speaking of veil, when you fail to maintain a separate identity from your business by mixing or commingling your personal assets with your business assets, then you run the risk of what in legal terms is called piercing the corporate veil. And when you pierce the corporate veil, this gives people access to not only your business and its assets, but also to come after you and your personal assets. And one of the first steps to separating yourself from your business is by choosing a business address that's different from your home address. Now, most new businesses are going to have anywhere from 1 to 3 different addresses. The first one is your main business address, or the physical address. And this is going to be the address you use to register with your state and with the IRS. The second is your mailing address, and this address is optional because you can use your business address as a mailing address. But some people like to use their home address as a mailing address when it comes to their business, and that's perfectly fine. And lastly, depending on which state you live in, you may or may not be required to have a registered agent's address. Now, real quickly, what's a registered agent? A registered agent is someone who accepts a legal mail on behalf of your business. So if you're getting sued by someone, then the courts are going to use your registered agent's address to serve you your legal documents. And it's mandatory that whoever you decide to be your registered agent, that they're available during business hours. That's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Because if they aren't there to receive that legal mail when the court serves you, then your business can be fined or suspended in addition to whatever legal situation that you have to figure out. So I personally suggest outsourcing this duty to a professional registered agent company. And it's pretty cheap. I personally use a company here in Maryland that costs me $50 a year. But let's circle back to the most important address, which is your main business address. Most states require you to have a physical street address to register your business. This is the reason why a P.O. box most likely won't work during the registration process. The same holds true for places like the UPS store, where they essentially have mailing boxes for you to rent. And then there are companies like iPostal that'll give you a list of business addresses. But you have to be careful with iPostal, because I personally had experience where I chose the address with them, but I was not able to use that address to register my business with the state because it came up like a P.O. box. So you have to be careful. Now, I know there are some of you that are going to say, I use the UPS store, I use a P.O. box, I used iPostal, and I had no issues with the state or the IRS. And the only thing I'm going to say to that is, okay, if it works for you, then do you. But you may have some problems down the line when you're trying to list your business with Google or with 411. And listing your business is another important step when trying to get your business to be credible. But listen, don't rock the boat. If it ain't broke, then don't fix it. But if you do have to fix it, or you just don't want any problems in the future when it comes to your business address, then I suggest using a virtual office. And here are my top recommendations and why you should be using these companies. But before I get into these, please note that if you have a brick and mortar building, a warehouse, a storefront, or even an office that you work out of, then that address can be used as your business address as long as it's not your home address. But for the rest of us who are doing businesses out of our homes, virtual offices and co-working spaces have been the go-to to establish your business address. With a quick Google search, you'll find that there are many companies out there that claim to be able to help you establish a business address. But you have to be cautious about the one you pick, because like I said before with iPostal, I chose an address, but I wasn't able to use that address when it came to register my business with the state. But rest assured that you won't have any issues like that with the companies I'm about to recommend. And the first one that I personally use for one of my businesses is Regus. Regus is said to be the world's largest short-term workspace provider. And partnered with Spaces, they're able to provide you some prime addresses for your business. And not only that, if you're looking for a little more than just a business address, Regus offers virtual office amenities like live reception services, meeting rooms, and lounge access. and you can get more permanent by renting out office space by the hour, the day, or the month. The prices vary depending on the address, location, and the amenities that you choose. And like I said before, Regus can give you peace of mind when it comes to registering your business, either with the state, the IRS, 401, or Google. Now, there's no doubt that Regus offers a premium service for business owners, but it can get a little pricey. And this was the reason why when I started my second business, I kind of shopped around a little bit to see what else was out there. And what I found is that Alliance virtual offices not only delivered on the premium services, but there was a healthy balance when it came to the pricing. A virtual office with Alliance can give your business everything it needs in an office space. You'll get the business address where they will receive your mail and forward it to your mailing address if need be. You'll get co-working spaces if you need to change the scenery from inside of your home. And they have meeting rooms and offices for you to rent if you want to get your team together in a more private space. One of the other great things I found out as a customer with Alliance is that you can get a business phone number with them that's already listed with 411, basically eliminating 2 steps when setting up your business, and that's getting a business phone and getting it listed with 411. And they too offer live receptionist services for extra professional appeal if you want it. And like I said, I chose Alliance because their prices compared to Regus for some of the same amenities and services is unmatched. I haven't been disappointed yet, and I don't think you will either, especially when you can get a business address and mail forwarding for as little as $40 a month in some major cities. But for everyone, everywhere, right now, Alliance is offering up to $80 off their setup fee for virtual offices, $10 off their virtual phone services, and if you need a live receptionist, then they're offering $40 off of that service, all for the whole month of April. So if you want to check them out, then you can go ahead and click my link in the description to get started with them. Now, I must say that this next company is a game changer because not only can you get a business address from them, not only can they offer you a business phone number and fax number, not only can you get the same premium services and amenities like Regus and Alliance, but Opus Virtual Offices will help you build business credit by reporting your payments to the business credit bureaus. And right now they're reporting to CreditSafe. Now, CreditSafe is a credit reporting company that many businesses use to check the credit worthiness of your business. So make note that not all lenders are going to use the big 3 in Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, and that there are other credit reporting companies out there that can report on your business. And though Opus is only reporting to CreditSafe, you still have to have a little forward thinking, because if they're reporting to CreditSafe, then they may in the future report to the big 3. And reporting anywhere is better than reporting nowhere. But here's something else that may take you by surprise. With Opus, you can get your business address, you can get your phone number and fax number. They have a live receptionist for you during business hours. They'll forward your calls to whatever number you give them. They'll convert your voicemails and faxes into emails for you and help you get started in building your business credit. All for, wait for it, $99 a month. Now, I'm personally not a customer with Opus Virtual Offices, but I've heard so many good things about them from other people using their services. So if you want to check them out and learn more, then go ahead and click the link in my description to get started. Or you can join my free private Facebook group and ask other business owners what companies they use to get their business addresses. And if you need a little bit more information about the different things that can stop your business from being credible, then go ahead and click this link to another video where I talk about all of that. So until then, I'm Ty, that was a little square biz, and I'm out.